Hello, welcome to FM African Documentary. It has been a long time since we brought to you a documentary, a feature story up on this channel. But today, allow me to give you just a few minutes documentary in regards to some of the richest and five of the richest women in Kenya. You know, in Kenya, most people, when they refer to rich people, they almost look and compare them in terms of gender. And men have always dominated the list of becoming the wealthiest people in the country. But today, allow me to introduce to you a list of five of the richest Kenyan women, and their net worth. Richest women in Kenya. Although men are comparatively richer than women in Kenya, there are few women who are extremely rich. Looking at the list, there are women whose net worth is in excess of Kenya shillings 50 billion. Their wealth was either inherited or acquired through setting up business ventures. Before we take a look at the list of top women top women, some of other notable wealthy women in Kenya that I may name just a few before giving you the list that is as it is supposed to be. Number one, I will name Anne Waiguru, the governor of Kirinyaga County and former government minister. Jerry Ringe, founder of Wananchi Online. Esther Muchemi, founder and CEO of Samchi Telecom. And Sadhna Dakari, owner of Naya Indian Fashions. Washera Maina, betting industry stake in SportPesa. Harmajit Patel, co-owner of Hasbad Blobahi Patel's multi-billion investment. Dr. Kadri Nyongesa, CEO of Texas Cancer Center. So, allow me now to dive in the list from number 5 to number 1 of the 5 richest women in the country. On number 5, we have Jane Wangui Juguna. Despite being the preferred life partner of Equity Bank CEO James Mwangi, she is said to own 3.5 billion Kenyan shillings worthy of shares at Equity Bank and Britam. They both hold the single largest family fortune at the bank. Wagoi, together with Equity Bank founder Peter Munga, also ran an investment vehicle called Filimbi Limited, which is among the top shareholders of Britam Company. On number 6, we have Leha Wajiku Mongoko. She is a kin of the late business magnate Nelson Mogoko, closes the exclusive list of the stock market's women billionaires who are also among the richest women in Kenya, having gained 306.9 million in the same period. Ms. Mongoko, who is listed as the representative of the late Mongoko's estate, holds a 0.9% stake in Equity Bank worthy 1.6 billion, a residual stake that remained after the family sold shares worthy billions of shillings following the death of the entrepreneur some years ago. On number 3 of the list of the 5 richest women in Kenya is Margaret Saitoti. The former security minister George Saitoti lived until 2012 when he was killed on a tragic plane crash in Gong. Until his death, Saitoti was among the richest men in Kenya and by extension, East and Central Africa. Saitoti's death meant that all his assets were to be transferred to his wife, Margaret Saitoti, and his adopted son, Zachary Saitoti. In 2012, the mathematics professor and the longest-serving vice president in the history of Kenya was estimated to be worthy a good amount of money, amounting to over 20 billion Kenyan shillings. So, we can all say that his wife, Margaret Saitoti, inherited all the wealth. On number 2 is Tabitha Karanja Keroche. Tabitha Karanja, now the current senator of Nakuru, is the founder and the CEO of Keroche Breweries Industry Limited. The award-winning entrepreneur took a whopping Kenya shillings 1 billion from their hardware in Naivasha and pumped it into a wines and spirit business. When she started the company in 1997, the liquor industry was heavily dominated by East African Breweries Limited. It took her 5 good years to penetrate the industry. Today, the business is an empire, making annual profit in the tune of billions. She was crowned as the Businesswoman of the Year at the CNBC Africa All African Business Leaders Awards in 2014. On number 1 is none other than the former and the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Mama Ngina Kenyatta, the mother to the former President of Kenya, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Ngina Kenyatta, popularly known as Mama Ngina, is former First Lady of Kenya. She is the widow of the country's first president, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, and also the mother of the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta. Her source of wealth include imports and exports, banking, real estates, transport, and hotels. She holds a vast collection of prime real estate her husband acquired in the 1960s and the 1970s during a British colonial government and World Bank-sponsored settlement transfer scheme, which allowed the government officials and rich Kenyans to acquire land from British colonialists at cheaper prices. Mama Ngina Kenyatta and her family owns stakes in Kenya's largest dairy company, Brookside Dairy, media companies like MediaMax, Heritage Hotels, Commercial Bank of Africa, and hundreds of thousands of prime Kenyan land, as indicated by Forbes. That is the list of the 5 richest women in Kenya. I urge you to subscribe to FM African Documentary for more news and more documentaries. That's it for now. See you in the next one. My name is Felix Manda, and this is FM African Documentary.